Hey, hey, everybody.
Hey, Booger Juice.
What's going on?
Hey, Booger Juice.
Let me get up here and get comfy, honey. I need a pillow. A pillow, Lord. A pillow. Yes, ma'am. Whew, child. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. With my phone. Here, go right here. Okay. But you didn't plug your phone in, Pop?
No.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Turn my volume down. No, I don't want to turn my ringer down. I have no ringer down. Well, whatever. Ain't nobody gonna call me no how.
Starting an online store is easy.
Here we go. Okay. That's not where I wanted to go.
Well, that's where you at.
These nails, child. All right. Oh, I like the thumbnail chosen. I like it. Oh my gosh. Woo. Hey, y'all, come on in.
Hey, Terry. Hey, Miss Lois.
Hey, Terry. What's going on, Terry? Long time. And Miss Lois, what's going on? All right. Well, we're going to show our faces tonight. Y'all excuse, the only reason, I know y'all be wondering why we don't, we always have like a thumbnail up or something like that, and y'all don't see our faces. It's because the lighting in this room is like terrible. It really is. It's terrible. So,
Thank you, Terry.
That's the reason why we usually don't show our faces, because the lighting in here is terrible. It's like really dark. But we decided, we're not gonna worry about that.
Not that dark one.
No, we're not. We're really not that dark tonight, But it's in the daytime. I don't know why for some reason it's darker in this room.
Because the sun be coming through.
Yeah, the sun be coming through and stuff like that. But anyway, hey, what's going on, everybody? Y'all come on in. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Okay. Shout out to all the new members that we may have as a result of us just being out and about and networking and things of that nature. Yes. Shout out to all new subscribers. We thank you for coming to our channel. Thank you for subscribing, and we hope that you stay, because the TheMcRaeKingz have a lot in store. We do. We have a lot in store.
And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're in the bushes, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, just hit the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. It don't cost nothing. Joseph, you ain't in the frame. It's free, so it don't cost nothing for you to subscribe. So, just hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the TheMcRaeKingz and hit the notification bell as well. Then you'll know when we drop new content and things like that. We did drop some new content this weekend. We did. I think we dropped that. I dropped that message that our Pastor Kevin, wanted to say. He said something really, really, deep and serious, about what's going on in this country when it comes to people like us. It's really, to me, it's really ridiculous, because they're creating all these laws about trans people, about trans children and stuff like that. Why are we creating a law based on who somebody is or how they act? It makes no sense to me. It doesn't.
Or how their parents want to raise them.
Or how their parents want to raise them. Listen, I thought we lived in a country where this is the land of the free. You should be able to be anything you want. You should be able to do anything you want.
It's only the land of the free unless the old white men agree.
Yeah, as long as you ain't hurting nobody. And what's hurting? What is so damaging about somebody living in their truth? What's so damaging about that? What's so threatening about somebody living in their truth? I don't understand that. But anyway, it's Pride Month. guys. It's Pride Month, and Pride Month is well, it's actually Pride season, but Pride for is usually a time when people like us, the LGBTQ, celebrate, and we show our pride. We show our pride, and we show people that we're living in our truth, and that life is great for us, and it's no different from what you as heterosexual people endure. We endure the same thing. There's nothing different. There's absolutely, I promise you, there's nothing different about my relationship with my husband versus a heterosexual couple. We endure the same things. We talk about the same things. We do the same things. Sexually, we do the same things. Most of us, I ain't gonna talk about that right now, y'all. If y'all want to hear about that, I'm going to have a segment on my new show in the new season that you guys will be able to engage with when it comes to the sexual preferences of human beings, not just gay men and gay women.
And welcome to the chat.
A lot of, and I think we really need to have that discussion, Joseph, because a lot of people, a lot of people talk about how we have sex and not realizing. No, but this is what they don't realize. There's just like, okay, I'm a man, right? I don't have a vagina, right? Joseph is a man. He does not have a vagina, right? And we have sex in a way in which it doesn't require for us to have a vagina. Hold on. Wait. Let me finish. It doesn't require that. But there are millions of men and women that probably won't admit it, but they engage in anal sex just like we do. They do. They engage in Joseph. Do
you think I care if you get fucked in your pussy or your
I don't
ass?
care. I mean, I don't
care. Why they concerned about what goes on in my bed is not. I don't understand. Maybe because your man want to partake in something with me and Tramel, or maybe because your man want to partake in something else with another man, or maybe you interested in bumping pussies. Because I'm confused at why y'all so concerned about what we do. And this is as clean as it's gonna get.
I was trying to keep
but
clean.
People need the shock value of the truth, because it's none of your fucking business.
No,
mind
Joseph,
your business
listen,
and learn your place.
We have in this country, we have argued that point of it's none of your business for hundreds of years when it comes to gay men and gay women having sex. It's time for us to go a little deeper, I guess, because, like I said, there's a lot of women out there that enjoy. There's a lot of women out there that enjoy anal sex.
What would they want, a picture book?
There's a lot of men out there that are not gay, okay, that enjoy anal sex. Just because a man has anal sex doesn't mean he's gay. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's a psychological thing. We don't think with this. We don't think with this. That wasn't the first thing that attracted me to Joseph. It wasn't. Now, don't get me wrong. It's brothers and sisters out there to be like, damn, he got a fat ass, or damn, you know what I'm saying? But
when you look at me and Tramel, if the first thing that pops into your head is how they fucking, something wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. Because why would that be? When I see a man and a woman, that ain't the first thing that pops into my head. That ain't the first thing that pops into my head. Sometimes the first thing that pops into my head is, ooh, what the hell did he see in her? She's a beast. Or vice versa. Ooh, what the hell did she see in him? Because he's a beast. Not what they doing in the bed, because that's the last thing I want to know, is what you're doing in the bed. If I think one of y'all are a beast, well, if I think both of y'all are cute, I'm like, oh, that's a cute couple. They make a really cute couple.
Right.
Never once entered my mind what y'all doing in the bed.
Well, you know what, Joseph? I believe that, truthfully speaking, people don't look at one another in that way. I mean, I just really believe that a lot of people connect based on looks and personality. People don't connect on. I mean, when the first thing you see when you see a person, you don't see their ass. You don't see their. I mean, you don't see them naked. You don't see what their body parts look like. That's not the first thing that you see when you see somebody that you're attracted to. The first thing you see is what their face looks like and what their body looks like. And that is the premise. That's the first premise that you see when you see a person, regardless whether you're heterosexual or homosexual, whatever. That's the first thing that you see. You don't look at a person and look at their cuckoo and say, "Ooh, she got a nice one."
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Some
But
men will look at a woman and think she's pretty and her body's banging and be like, "I want to fuck her."
right. I mean, that's different. But
but if you straight, you shouldn't be looking at two gay men and the first thing that pops in your head
I think
is
what
what
bothers
they're doing.
people. I think what bothers people and makes people uncomfortable is this and that. Joseph, could you please stay in the frame?
Well, I'm trying. You know
I'm going to turn
shifty.
the camera off because you don't want to be.
No,
I'm going to turn the camera
Here we
off
go.
because you don't want to be in the camera. You don't want to be in the camera.
I'm in dialysis and I'm shifty when I'm.
Okay, well then stay in the frame. Stay in the frame. That's all I'm asking you to do. Okay, so we're going to move on from that. I don't want to have that conversation anymore. We're all grown and we all know how to conduct ourselves with some decorum. This is Pride Month, guys. And Pride Month, a lot of people think that Pride Month is all about being gay and being in the LGBTQ. That's not. It is to an extent, but that's not what it is for a lot of us. A lot of us, we just want to celebrate being ourselves. That's really it. We just want to celebrate being ourselves. I just want to celebrate that I can walk out my door and I can be myself. That's all I want to celebrate. You know, and this Pride Month for me is more than just being homosexual or being gay. I don't even label myself as any of that, to be honest with you. But it's more than that to me. Pride means being proud of who you are. Mind, body, and soul, all across the board for me. That's what pride means to me. What does pride mean to you, Joseph?
Being who you are, living in your truth, unconditionally living in your truth, unapologetically living in your
whatever
truth.
that may be, right?
However your truth is, do it.
Yeah, whatever that may be.
There's so many people that's not living in their truth and they're miserable.
But I am.
They feel that, oh well, if somebody don't ask me, I don't need to tell them. But how is that being you?
Mm-hmm.
That's not being who you are, because you're never going to be who you are as long as you have a secret.
Mm-hmm.
And who gives a fuck? Like, you know, like who cares?
Well,
it's not these young people. It's people our age and older that feel they want to hold on to their little secret because back in the day, they couldn't be them. Child, back in the day, honey, let me tell you something. I was me and I didn't care. And I had older people telling me, oh, you need to tone that down. Bitch, fuck you. I'm not toning shit down.
But you know, let me tell you something.
And these were gay people telling me to tone it down. Not even straight people.
You know what the key is to living in your truth? It's not caring. Not caring about what people think about you. Not caring what people say about you. Not caring. Listen, let me tell you something. I am who I am. Can't nobody change me but God. I don't care. I walk in, child. Let me show you something. Where is it at? Hold on. I walk down the street, with my pocketbook in my hand, just like this. I do not care. I don't care what people think about me. If somebody want to say, "Ooh, why is he carrying a back pocketbook? Ooh, look at him, he carrying a pocketbook." I don't care. So I go in the store. When I go in the store and people see my nails, y'all see my nails? Yeah, they somewhat look feminine. I don't care. Can't nobody change me. If I want to get my nails done, I want to wear my nails like this. I'm gonna wear my nails like this. If I want to go outside with a bra on, I'm gonna go outside with a bra on. Nobody's gonna. It's. I don't care. I really don't care. But I'm saying all this to say this. You can have your opinion. If you don't like my aesthetic, if you don't like the fact that I wear my nails, if you don't like the fact that sometimes I get a weave or I'm carrying a pocketbook or a bag or man purse, like they call it, then it's okay. It's okay for you to have that opinion. See, and that's another issue. That's another issue that a lot of people that get ridiculed and teased and talked about have, is they care about what people say. Stop caring about what people say, because they ain't nothing but words. They're not. They're not nothing but words. I'm wearing my crown. This is my LGBTQ crown. Y'all see it? Let me tell y'all something about these crowns. This week, and it's just simple. And anybody that wants one of these crowns, they come in an array of different colors. And just to tell you, our anniversary is coming up. We have been creating an Amazon wish list, which we will put in the description of these videos, because we do want to purchase more of these crowns. And if you guys want to purchase one of these crowns, just let us know. Send us an email. It's a nice. This is what it is. It's a crown. Listen, and I love it. It says so much. I mean, let me tell you something. This week we had these crowns on, and we got nothing but love. Y'all hear me? We got nothing but love. You wouldn't believe. Let me just start off by saying we went to two Pride events this weekend. One was in Montclair, New Jersey, and the other was in Maplewood, New Jersey. Shout out to Montclair, New Jersey, and shout out to Maplewood, New Jersey. They gave us life. They just really did. We got there and we had these crowns on, and people everywhere. When I tell you, people everywhere showed us love. They were like, and Joseph and I, we were dressed. If you want to see pictures, just go to the community wall. Did you post pictures of us on the community? Go to the community wall if you want to see pictures of what we wore this weekend to the events. But we couldn't even get through the whole event because people were stopping us, wanting to take pictures with us, wanting to take pictures for magazines and newspapers and stuff like that. I can't tell you how many pictures Joseph and I took,
especially Saturday
this weekend.
Saturday,
yeah, especially Saturday in Montclair. They were like, I mean, we had photographers just coming up to us and saying, "Can we please take a picture of you? Can we please take a picture of you? Can we please take a picture of you guys?" I mean, we got nothing but love. I mean, we got so much love at these events that it was just, it was amazing. It was like, I was in shock. I was in awe.
I didn't realize that the shirt Monica brought me, because Monica brought me that shirt.
Shout out to Monica. Shout out to Monica for Monica using this. She brought Joseph a beautiful shirt
that said Aries men are born kings, or something to that effect, about being a king. I didn't realize that it had like the checkerboard crown on it, and the checkerboard crown, both crowns were like on a checkerboard. And I wore checkerboard red and black pants. So the shirt really matched the pants, when in actuality, that ain't even what I was going to wear. And what I was going to wear, I was like, I'm not going to wear that. And I said, well, let me wear the shirt Monica brought me with these checkerboard pants. And I just put it together. And everybody was like, oh my God, y'all look so nice. I'm like, I just threw this together, girl.
Yeah, I mean, people showed us love. I felt it made me feel so good. I was like, wow. People were coming up to us saying, oh my God, you guys look amazing. You look great. You look great. Oh God, I love that what you have on. Oh, you guys look great. I mean, we could not, I kid you not. And these events were crowded. Let me be clear. These events were crowded, but people were, I mean, I had people coming like from wherever they were, just coming up to, we sat down to eat. And this man came, he said, excuse me. He said, I don't know who you are, but I want to take a picture with you. he took a picture with me.
And then the other lady, when we were sitting there eating, she was like, I have to take a picture of you guys. And
Yes.
I'm like, can I eat?
Yeah, they were like,
I felt like a celebrity. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we did. They made us feel really good. They really, and then we
and
went.
then the two black ladies that came running and said, the Kingz, the Kingz.
Yes, the Kingz, yes.
I thought they watched us, child.
Yeah,
she was just going by what we had on.
Yeah,
I
they
said,
were
well,
like
you
running.
need to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, guys, I have in my 54 years on this earth. Yesterday, Saturday and Sunday were two of the greatest days. I had such a great time. There were people just, oh my God, it was amazing. So shout out to the people in Montclair, all the residents or people that came out in Montclair, and shout out to the people in Maplewood. Now, Maplewood, that was a totally different thing because they had the event in a park. So Joseph and I get there, and let me just say this. Child, you got to get up in the morning. If you want to go to these events, you got to get up in the morning and you got to go early, because if you don't, you are not going to find a good park. I guess Joseph learned his lesson this weekend, because I kept on telling him, like, Joseph, we got to leave early. We got to leave early, Joseph. We got to leave early. And he was like taking his time. We got there, couldn't find a park. We had to walk like 2-3 blocks, but it's a lesson learned, because the next events that we're going to.
It's up.
Oh yeah, we're on Instagram. You gotta get the link. You gotta put the link. Somebody did an interview with us on Instagram. I mean, people were doing interviews with us like crazy, you know. But you know what else was beautiful to me, Joseph? I'm gonna tell you. You know what else was beautiful to me?
What?
That there were families there. There were like people that had daughters and sons and families. They had little children, and they brought them to this event. Never, ever in my life did I think that there will come a day where we as LGBTQ could engage and mingle and just, you know, congregate with, you know, society. Because there was a time we had to hide, guys, and people don't understand. They don't understand what life was like for us before all these new LGBTQ laws came along, before we could get married and all this. Y'all don't realize how hard life was. You don't realize how hard it was to be gay in this country. It was hard. You know, if people knew you were gay, you would lose your job. Some people lost their jobs because of who they were. Some people were shunned by their families because of who they were. People were, you know, shunned by society because of who they were. And now, today, the day and age that we live in, we as LGBTQ people are finally starting to see what I call normalcy, meaning that we just are who we are, and that's it. That's it. It was beautiful. One of the most beautifulest things was yesterday. I had this. There was this man. He had his son with him, and his son, I guess, was going through this thing where I guess he feels like he's trans. His son had a dress on, and his son had, barrettes in his hair and stuff like that. And he was walking through the event proud of his son. Proud of his son. That's your child. I don't know what it's like to be a mother or a father. I don't know what it's like to be a parent, because I don't have any biological children. But I'm pretty sure mothers out there in the chat can tell me that when you have that baby, that's a part of who you are. You don't just turn your back on that just because you feel, because it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to turn out. You still love your child. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, let me tell you something. As much as my mom does not agree with my life, she loves me. And the most important thing to my mom is that I'm happy. And because that is important to her, she embraces who I am. She embraces my marriage. She loves my husband. She embraces us and she respects us as a married couple. You know, she may not agree. One time my mom told me, she said, Tramel, if it were up to me, you would have had children, you would have got married to a woman and you would have had children and so on and so forth. But that wasn't my reality. Our reality is that I married Joseph. That's it. I am who I am, you know. And my mom realized. I mean, she fought me just like any other parent. She fought me for a little while about things, but she realized, she had to realize. My mom realized that there's nothing she could do about me being who I am. I was going to live in my truth, you know. And I think that a lot of parents need to think about things like that. If your child should happen to come to you and say, Mom, Dad, I'm different, accept them. Because kids, the one thing that kids deserve in this world is unconditional love. Unconditional love. That's the one thing that children deserve, is unconditional love. Your child, the child that you and your husband or your boyfriend or whoever created, that's what your child deserves. Every child deserves unconditional love. They don't deserve to be ridiculed or tormented or tortured because of who they are. They don't need for someone to turn their back on them because of who they are. Parents, I beg of you to think about these things whenever your children come to you and say, Mom and Dad, I'm different. Think about it. Think about it. There's nothing in this world, there's nothing on this planet more important than love. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I promise you that. And I promise you that that's the key. That is the key. Love is the answer to every single issue that we have in this country. It really is. So parents, to the parents that, who love their children unconditionally, who accept their children, my crown goes off to you. My crown goes off to you because you are a true king. You are a true queen. Okay? To those of you that are still by the wayside and you just can't accept it because God said it was a sin, or because your church said that there's something wrong with it, I pray. We just gonna continue to pray for you. That's it. We're gonna continue to pray that you come around.
For them. Get your head out your motherfucking ass. What make you think that these kids owe you anything and owe you something in life? They don't owe you nothing. You went about your business and lived your life the way you wanted to live it. Now it's your kids' turn to live their life the way they want to live it. Who the hell are you to sit back and tell somebody not to be happy in their true identity?
Well, Joseph, let me just say this.
I don't care. This topic is not for me. Because if you have a child and you love them no matter what. What you're not going to do is sit and treat your kid like shit and say, oh, well, I don't want you to get treated bad outside. Okay, well, what are you doing inside? You're treating them the same way that the people in the street are treating them. So why don't you think they want to live in the street with strangers that they don't know? Because the hurt ain't as bad coming from a stranger than it would be my mama or my daddy or my sister or my cousins or my grandmother or whoever. I don't buy into that whole Tramel story of what he says about parents. Oh, well, they're just scared for the kids. Don't be scared for me. Let me walk in my truth. Who was scared for you? Was you scared for yourself when you walked out in your truth?
Joseph, you grew up.
I grew up in a world.
Hold on.
I would get my ass whipped for being who I was.
No, you wasn't.
I'm saying in the street.
No, you told me that you grew up in a world where you were able to live in your truth. Hold on, listen. Let me finish so you can give me an answer. You grew up in a world, and this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. It's the conditioning. This has absolutely nothing to do with the actual individual person. This is the conditioning. And what I'm trying to explain to you, Joseph, is that you need to have a little bit more understanding when it comes to these parents.
I don't care. No, I don't.
Hold on. Let me. What I'm saying to you is that everyone needs to have a little bit more understanding when it comes to these parents that don't accept their children. And I say that to say this, is that they were conditioned to believe that. Most people were conditioned to believe it's not a so. It's not just so. Because you have to consider everybody's feeling. Joseph, your child coming to you and telling you that they're different is a big step. It's a big step. Okay? And so as a parent, when a child comes to you and they say these things to you, so many things go to your head because that's what you were conditioned to believe all your life. It's just like being a white supremacist. Most people that are in the KKK, most white people that are in the KKK that don't like black people, is because they were conditioned to believe that black people were evil. They were conditioned to believe that all black people should be slaves. They were conditioned to believe all these horrible things about black people. And that's what I'm trying to explain to people. This world, the world that we live in, no, absolutely not. There should be no excuse for parents treating their children any other type of way.
Half their mamas got gay friends. So if they was conditioned and so conditioned, they wouldn't have these gay friends.
They are, Joseph. They're conditioned to be that way.
No, they want to be that way because they want to be that way.
No, they don't.
They want to act that way.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Because if you were so conditioned, you wouldn't have not one gay friend on this planet. You wouldn't.
I don't believe that.
Conditioning would tell you.
I don't believe that.
Even your gay friend, something is wrong.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Here's the reason why I don't believe that. Because
so
let me just say this. Let me just say this. The one thing that I know in this world is that my mother has always loved me. I don't care what it is now. I don't care what I did as a child, what I did as an adult. My mother has always loved me. But the one thing that I know is my mother grew up in the South. My mother grew up in the South. She grew up in the Church of God in Christ. And the church taught her that being gay was a sin. She heard that all her life. She saw that all her life. And yes, my mother had gay friends, but they weren't her children. They were not her children. My mother witnessed what those gay friends of hers endured being gay. Okay? That's something that when your child comes to you and say, listen, I'm gay. If your parent saw what one of their gay friends endured, do you think they want that for their child? No, they don't want that for their child. They don't want that for their child. They don't want their child. They see what happens to us. My mother grew up seeing what happened to me. It unfolded right in front of her. My mother was just as traumatized as me. And listen, let me just say this, y'all. I'm not trying to make no excuses for my mother. I'm not trying to make no excuses.
I'm not even talking about your mother. I'm talking about parents in general. I'm
talking about parents in general as well. But I'm talking from a view of being a child. From being a child. My mother was just as traumatized as I was. There were times when guys would tease me and ridicule me, and I would have to run in the house. And my mother would come out there and she would save me. Okay? And sometimes she would say things like, you need to stop acting like a little girl or something like that. But it was because she didn't want to see me endure that. She didn't want to see. You think my mother wanted to see me get teased and ridiculed? No, she didn't. So all I'm saying is, I'm not telling y'all to lighten up on parents or anything like that. All I'm saying to you is to have some type of decorum, and you have to look at it from their side.
I'm saying to all you little gay and lesbian and transgender honey, fuck them. Fuck them. Live in your truth. Because if they love you, they're going to love you regardless.
Well, that's with anything.
If they don't, then they don't. And you go about your business. Don't get yourself put out. Don't become homeless or nothing like that. But some of y'all ain't got to do nothing but say I'm gay or I'm trans, and they're already throwing you out.
Right.
So they so loving. They so loving, but they sending you out there to the motherfucking wolves, honey. See, that's where I have a problem. You so motherfucking loving, and you love your child, but you throwing them out there to the motherfucking wolves that's going to eat them up and throw them out. But you so loving. No. Most of them find more love in the fucking street than they do in their damn house. Because you so set on, you're going to do what I say, and you're going to be who I want you to be, and blah, blah, blah. I didn't go through that.
But you're not, listen, on both sides, you're never going to get anywhere being mean and callous.
Who said? I never said for them to be mean.
Did you hear what I just said? Did you hear what I just said?
Well, the parents being mean and
I said, you are never, I don't care what you do in life, being mean and callous and vengeful and vindictive, you ain't never going to get nowhere. You ain't never getting nowhere in life. I don't care if you're a parent. I don't care if you're a gay child. I don't care if you're a straight child. I don't care. Because, I mean, listen, there's more topics in the agenda we can talk about. There's parents that get mad at their kids because they want their kids to go to medical school and their kids decide to be a lawyer.
Right, but they don't talk about it now.
Some of them do. Some of them do. I had one friend, his mother wanted him to be a doctor, but he didn't want to be a doctor. So she said, I'm not paying for your college. You have parents that say, you know, I want to go to Hampton University. You're going to Morehouse. And if the child says, well, I don't want to go to Morehouse. Well, if you don't go to Morehouse, then I ain't paying for your college. I ain't paying your college tuition. It's many things that parents do in order to try to control their children, that control their lives or set the tone for what their lives will be. As a parent, you as a parent, you want the best. You want the very, very best for your child. And all parents have this vision, and they have this premise that they believe that, or this role that they want, that they feel, and that they're going to make their children walk. They have a misunderstanding when it comes to raising and rearing children. They do. They have a misunderstanding about it. And the misunderstanding is that your child is a human. What did you say to you? You remember you said what you said about your mother? You said, did you listen to grandma? You did what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Listen, the one great thing about living in this world that we live in today is that there's a new day and age where we as people, more and more, every single day are able to live in our truth.
Detroit Vibes, I'm going to answer your question as soon as he finishes.
More and more people are able to live in their truth without worry. And let me tell you something. I am 55 years old. I ain't never had a problem, ever had a problem. As an adult, I ain't never had a problem with nobody bothering me. Ain't nobody never bothered me. Ain't nobody never teased me. Ain't nobody never ridiculed me. And I lived in the hood. I lived in the deep hood of Newark, Brick City, New Jersey. And if anybody if you don't know about Brick City, New Jersey, Google it or go on YouTube and see where I lived at in Newark. Newark City, Newark, New Jersey, the hood. The neighborhoods of Newark, New Jersey, that ain't easy. It ain't easy to walk through there. It's not easy to walk through there when you're gay. It's not. I ain't never had no problem with nobody. Ain't nobody never, ever disrespected me. Ever. So I say all this to say this, is that it's a beautiful thing that we're living in a day and age where we can live in our truth. And you as people can accept that. That's it. The only thing that and for those of you that have an issue with us, the only thing we ask you to do is stay out of our bedrooms. Stay out of our bedrooms, because that doesn't make who we are. That our bedrooms and our sexual preference is not what validates us. What validates us is that we have the same thing that you have. We got a heart. We got legs, we got arms, we got a brain, and everything else. That's the only thing that you should be worried about, that you should have concern about.
If I'm a good person, if I'm going to read the shit out of you or bust your motherfucking
But I'm tired of all of that, Joseph. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of having to fight with people about who I am, and so I don't. I choose not to.
Should be worried about. if I'm a good person or if I'm going to read them or bust their car windows out. Because that's what y'all think about each other. Y'all worried about, well, is she a nice person or is he a nice person? Or are they going to curse me out? Or are they going to act this way? Or are they going to act that way? Period. Now, Detroit vibes, to answer your question, honestly, I kind of want to say something about it, but I don't, because I just really started reading about what happened and what he tweeted today. It's not something that I really like spent time on
Well, let me
researching.
And by the way, y'all, I got new glasses. Y'all like my new glasses? These are the red ones. I got red glasses. These are the red frames. Y'all know my favorite color is red. Y'all know I don't wear nothing but red. And these are my other glasses. Yes, these are bifocals. These are ones I have to use to read with. So that's why I'm putting those on.
It wasn't something. Yeah, I spent time researching to like get to the nit of it. But what I did read,
well, Saucy Santana, what he said, I think he said something about Blue Ivy's hair being nappy.
no,
Is
he
that what
said
you're
a
talking
lot.
about?
There's a whole lot more tweets that he put out about Beyonce and Blue Ivy.
But do y'all really think that's how Saucy Santana feel? Or
No,
he
did.
Wait, well, hold on. Let me just say this. Do y'all really think that that's how Saucy Santana feels? I don't think that that's how he feels. I think that that's just him fighting back. You know, we use words to fight.
No,
we use words to hurt. We use words to cut
but
people.
He did this in 2000. So
I know.
He wasn't even really who he was back in 2000.
We need to stop judging people on some of the things that they say in anger. Joseph, you say a lot of things in anger that you don't mean.
He also made a comparison to Blue Ivy and Northwest,
right?
Which people are taking bad because you have Blue Ivy, who is completely black.
But let me ask you this question.
And you have Northwest, who's biracial.
Right.
So basically you're saying the little biracial girl is prettier than the black girl.
But let me ask you.
There's a lot of...
Let me ask you this question. Now, y'all, you black, right? You black. I'm black. We grew up in neighborhoods where there were mixed children. I grew up with people that kids where there were mixed and stuff like that. How many of us have not? How many of us have never had a conversation about a black child versus a mixed child? And did that mean that we weren't a good person? Did that mean that we weren't a nice person? Did that mean that we were just an evil, mean person just because we said that child over there got a nappy ass head, or that child got a hook head, or that child got this? We are so sensitive about words these days, and that's what we need to come out of, huh?
Read the rest of the question.
Okay.
It's not just that.
Joseph, I'm just everybody's entitled to their opinion.
No,
but let me
I don't
just
think
say
he's getting a pass because he's gay.
I don't either.
I think he's getting a pass because it ain't affecting white people.
I think he's getting a pass because it's no big deal. It's really no big deal.
That affected white people, then it would be cancel culture all through.
Listen, I think he's getting a pass
because
it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Like when I read some of the stuff that he said,
big deal why he took down the tweet.
Because he knew that society would have something to say about it. Listen, I don't think that. Listen, I'm not saying that it wasn't anything wrong with what he said. I don't think it was nice. It wasn't a nice thing for him to say. But to judge him based on what he said, it's no big deal. We as black people, we talk about each other's children all the time. How many times you done looked in the stroller and said, "Ooh, child, that baby looked like a monster"? How many times have you done it? Well, how many times have you looked at a baby, Joseph? How many times have you looked at a child?
I have to admit, I have done it, and I've done it to some of my friends. I'll look at their little baby and everybody else be standing around saying, "Ooh, they're so cute," and I'm like, "Ooh, look at that cute little outfit." Because I don't want to say nothing negative.
How many times have you seen an adult and looked at him and said, "Ooh, child, honey, that's
They
a ugly.
beautiful
She
child.
ugly. They ugly. That's a child. She ugly. This thing, she ugly." But they were a
But
nice person.
I just said it a couple of minutes ago when
We
I said I
say
look at people and
things.
say, "What is he with her for? What is she with
Right.
him for?" If
I'm trying to get y'all to understand that we as human beings, we have been conditioned to not say nice things, to be judgmental, to say things that are not nice. But does that make us a not nice person? No, it does not. It really does not. Words are words. And yes, sometimes words do hurt, but you cannot base you can't base how you like or feel about somebody based on the words that come out of their mouth. Because you call me an ugly bitch, hold on.
True.
If you call me an ugly bitch, I'm gonna call you an ugly bitch.
That's
man.
not true because
if you say something about he crossed, he cockeyed, he wear glasses, I'm gonna have something to say about your toes not being done. Or something like that. That's how we interact as people.
I have based what people have said about. I have been sitting in a group of straight people, and a gay guy walks in the room, and they call him the F word.
Right?
They're like, "Oh, look at that F word," and I never spoke to any of them again because in my mind, if you feel that way about him, you feel that way about me. Just because I'm your friend, don't make it different. So, certain things, I just think what I think behind it is that the world has become so sensitive about every little thing. Sensitive about every little thing. Everything you say has to be monitored, run through the Bureau of Investigation to make sure that it's politically correct. Mm-hmm. And in reality, honey, when it comes down to our people, we're never politically correct. Ever. We say what we want. We don't give a damn who likes it or not. Is that ever going to change? Probably not, because that's who we are.
Because we were conditioned to have tough skin. We were conditioned to have tough skin. Listen, when you came to the realization of who you were, and you knew that who you were, like when I came to the realization of who I was, and what I was, it was scary. I was scared. I was afraid. I was like, I'm going to live a life of ridicule. I'm going to live a life where I have to hide who I am. And if somebody finds out, I may lose my job. I may lose my friendships. I may lose my family. That's what I thought when I realized who I was. Okay. That's what I thought. But at the same time, I realized that I had to learn how to have a tough skin when it came to people ridiculing me and teasing me. I had to have a tough skin. If I should happen to lose my job, I would have to get up and get another job. Otherwise, I was going to be in the street. I'm not making excuses for people. What I'm trying to do is to let you guys know that you have to have understanding. No, sometimes, like with the church, we talk about the church sometimes. Church people, they always talking about how we're going to hell. They always talk about how we're going to hell. We're going to hell for being gay and things like that. You know what? It's okay for them to think that. You don't think it's okay for them to think that?
No, that's just like last night. I was watching about this church woman. It's still in tune with what you're talking about. I was watching this church then make excuses because she called her up there and told her something and told her about eating right because she was fat. She wasn't even fat to me. She was just a thick black woman. And she gonna tell her, "Oh, and the Lord told me to tell you not to eat 5. Bitch, who the fuck are you? She should have punched that bitch right in her face on the altar. Like, who the fuck are you? Just because you in some fucking church and you in a pulpit and you think you could say whatever the fuck you fly out of your mouth, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. It just don't work that way.
What her punching her in the face gonna do? Is that gonna make it's not. It's not gonna make her think anything
Most
different.
People do the things that they do because they ain't never been a repercussion behind the bullshit. Because everybody, oh, that's just mother
repercussion don't mean nothing.
That's just brother.
That don't mean nothing.
Oh, that's just what he does. And never happened to them. I bet you somebody popped them in their motherfucking mouth one time. They'll think twice about doing it to the next person.
Won't.
because they don't know if the next or they're gonna have
No, they
security
won't.
next to their ass.
No, they won't. I know ministers. You can say whatever. You can call them all kind of evils and
And
whatever.
who said call them? Pop them bitches in the
You can
mouth.
pop them in the mouth, and it ain't gonna mean nothing to them. They still gonna have the same views. They're still gonna have the same views. So what's the sense in fighting them? I don't fight people. I'm not. I refuse to fight someone just because of who I am. I refuse to. I do. I refuse to fight people like that. I mean, you're Joseph. I'm not. I respectfully disagree with you on some things, but violence don't solve nothing. Violence don't solve nothing. And that's just that. It is. That's just that. It don't solve nothing.
When her son now goes on social media and starts attacking people, saying that's his mother, that minister don't know her backstory, he don't know that she was a widow and she took care of 5 kids and da 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 da. Now you feel sorry for her son because he's sitting home feeling some kind of way about what this minister said out of her fucking mouth. Because she thinks she could just God, and then had the audacity to follow up with, God told me to tell you that. God didn't tell you to tell that woman that, you bitch. He did not tell you to tell that woman that to eat 1 and not 5. You did it trying to be motherfucking funny in front of the church. Every time something go on at convocation or wherever the fuck they was, because it was Church of God in Christ, somebody gotta just go out of bounds and do some shit to get put on the internet and go viral. And she did it. When she did that, of course, they held the whole conference on us. But I didn't even watch that because I didn't want to hear it because it would have just boiled my blood like it normally
It don't
boils
bother
my
me.
blood.
Not no more.
Because I would like to understand why church only feels the only thing they need to preach about is being gay. Like gay is the only sin. Like they don't leave church and go eat seafood boils and they're not standing up there in different kind of threads and all the other things that they do. I had to shut somebody down on one page when I told them Jesus was walking the earth for 30 years and he never once spoke about homosexuality. So if it was such a big deal, don't you think he would have spoke about it in the 30 some odd years he was walking the earth? They ain't had nothing to say about that. They just shut up and they ain't had nothing to say about that. Because what is there to say? Because your Bible tells you, you can see it in your Bible, he never said anything about homosexuality the whole time he walked the earth for 30 some odd years. Never, not once. So if it was so big and bad like the church make it seem, why didn't Jesus talk about it? And another thing is like with that woman telling her only eat 1. Jesus never embarrassed anybody. If you read the Bible, most of the people he says, I know your sins, my son. I know your sins, my daughter. He never put it out there to the crowd like that. He never embarrassed anybody. He would say, come, let me bless you. Come, let me do this. Come, let me do that. Mary Magdalene, the biggest whore in the Bible, when she touched his robe, all he said was, who touched my robe? And he knew who she was. He knew he never put it out to the people what she did. Never, not one time. But y'all little pastors and ministers and evangelists and motivational speakers that you are sit up there and want to tell everybody's business and put it out to the crowd and embarrass everybody for what?
I guess because I don't engage with those type of people, I really don't allow stuff like that to bother me. I really don't. Let me just say this. The things that we either like or dislike about people have been around since the beginning of time. I promise you that. In the Egyptian days, the days before the Egyptian days, shoot. Most of the pharaohs that ruled in Egypt engaged not only in heterosexual sex, they engaged in homosexual sex. King Tut, his father, Akhenaten, he had a boyfriend. He had a couple of boyfriends that he was having sex with. This stuff has been around since the beginning of time. We as humans have conditioned one another to walk life in the way in which we wanted people to walk life. It's just like what you just said, Joseph. You said all these older people, they want to set the narrative on how life is these days.
Mm-hmm.
They do. That's true. You have people that sit around, you have lawmakers that sit around and say, okay, well, we're going to create this law. And this law is, we're going to create this law. We're going to create this law so they can't do this. So on and so forth. It's because that's what we've been conditioned to do. So now we have to start reconditioning ourselves to understand that we as humans have a right to live our lives and be happy and to be who we want to be and to live in our truth. Period, point blank. That's it.
In a nutshell.
That's it. Now, living in your truth don't mean that you can. It don't mean that you can just go out and you can just do whatever you want. No, it does not. But it means that you can be yourself. I saw the saddest thing on Facebook today. There was this child. And the teacher asked him, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know what he said? You know what he said? I want to be a murderer. That's what he said.
But then they'll take that and pretend like it didn't happen. Well, I didn't know little Bobby felt that way. But little Bobby told you when he was 8 years old what his intentions was. And you didn't believe it. You just thought it was just a little cute something to say or something to do. When little Bobby basically told you what the hell was going on. Little Bobby told you what.
Well, we're going to go to the clip. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the clip. I want to show y'all this because, you know, instead of us worrying about who I am and what I'm doing and me living a productive life, a legal productive life, these are the things that we need to be worried about. This is what we need to be worried about. We're gonna go to the clip. So, you know, while I'm trying to get this clip up, guys, I just wanted to give you a little side note and let you know that we're trying to raise money for a project that we want to do. Why isn't it coming up, Joseph?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going through all that. What I'll do is I'm going to put a link in the description of the video that you can watch. But it was really sad. I saw this kid and he said he wanted to be a murderer. And, you know, there are so many other agendas that we really need to be focusing on in this country, like these young men that are going into these supermarkets, they're going into churches, they're going into buildings, and they are doing mass shootings and killing innocent people.
It's sad.
It's sad. There have been a total of 176 mass killings in this country since the beginning of the year, since January. And it's only been, we're 6 months into the year and there's been 176 mass shootings. It's crazy.
And they worried about abortion rights, stopping transgender kids from becoming transgender. But y'all just letting these little white boys and white men just run amok, shooting all over the damn place.
In Idaho yesterday,
Saturday,
there was a pride event where a group of men that did not agree with.
It was the Proud Boys or the KKK.
Yeah, they didn't agree with Pride. Decided they were going to go to this event and just shoot up the place. And thank God the police
Shut them down.
Shut them down. What are we doing, people? What are we doing? What are we doing to one
Because
another?
your focus is on the wrong thing.
The one thing that you have to understand about anybody, I don't care what it is, I don't care whether it comes to politics, to race, to gender, to whatever. You killing somebody is not silencing anything, because we still going to go on. That young man went into that church and killed all those black people. But we still here. And we still on. Life still is still going on for us. It's never going to happen. This race war that everybody wants to, that everybody's talking about, that a lot of these organizations are talking about, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen in this country. Ever.
They're trying to silence us.
It's never going to happen. We really need to start focusing on what we're doing in this world to people. You know, when you as a person does not like someone's aesthetic or like who a person is, think about it. What's that person doing? Is that person being themselves hurting you that bad? You know, there are murderers in prison jokes that say, well, I just got tired of looking at him. If you got tired of looking at him, then pack your shit and move. Pack your shit and move.
Hey, Monte.
I still respect you. I have had brothers say to me, yo, man, I don't like gay men. I don't like gay brothers. I can't mess with you like that. And I've said, with all due respect, I respect you. I respect you for telling me that. I respect you for telling me. So now I know to stay away from your ass. I live next door to a man that was in the Klan. What? That was in the Klan. He told me his whole agenda on why he was in the Klan and why he was, the Klan was to him about being proud of his race, just like the NAACP is a part of me being proud of my race. Same thing. And he told me, I've had people tell me, I don't listen, man. I don't like white people. I don't like black people. I don't like black people. I ain't got no problem with you. Just stay off of my damn property. You come on my property and blow your goddamn head off. That's it. I stayed off your property. Thank you.
But there's nothing wrong with being
Thank
proud.
you.
There's nothing wrong with being proud of your race. But when you go out to hurt other people,
that's when there's a problem.
That's when there's a problem.
Yeah, that's when there's a problem. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. You know, today, you can't live in this world and just hear what you want to hear. You have to listen. You can't live in this world and just see what you want to see. You have to look and you have to see it for what it is. And for me, listen, I ain't fighting with nobody unless I have to fight with you. But what I'm saying is this. The truth is the truth. Yeah, everything that y'all just heard Joseph rant about. By the way, y'all, look out for Joseph rants in the new season. Everything y'all heard Joseph just rant about is the truth, right? It's the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I stand on. I ain't got to. What I got to argue the truth for? Why I got to argue about the truth? Child, it is what it is.
I'm not arguing.
You can't change that. You know, there's men and women in this world that are trying to change history. They're trying to hide history. We've learned that the Vatican has hidden certain books that were supposed to be in the Bible. They've hidden them because they didn't want people to see them. They didn't want people to see that narrative. They didn't want people to follow that narrative, so they hid them. But the truth is the truth. You can hide the truth. You can bury a book under a building. I don't care what it is. You can bury it. You can do whatever you want. It's the truth. The truth is the truth. So what am I going to sit here and fight with you about the truth? Me and my husband, we have this ongoing thing that we play with each other. I'd be like, you jealous? And he always be like, jealous of what? What am I jealous of, Jamel? I'll be like, I'm not having that conversation with you. He'd be like, well, why not? I'll be like, because we don't sit here and argue with you for everything I tell you you jealous of. You gonna sit here and you gonna fight me on it, right? The truth is the truth.
Because the lie.
The truth is the truth. Yeah, he's jealous of my nails. That's what
He's jealous of my nails.
He's jealous. He's jealous of these
jealous
beautiful
of my
nails.
nails.
He's jealous of my beautiful nails. But truth is the truth. I ain't got to sit here and argue with you. You know these nails they're slamming. Honey.
Your little $5.
I know these nails. I know these nails.
Your little $5 Lee press-ons compared to mine.
Well, you can
salon
and see. He can say all of that.
Nails,
he can say all of that, and he, you know, we always fighting about our nails. He can say all of that, but I know my nails look good. They look good. Look at that.
I don't know, blue is my favorite color.
My nails look good, so I'm not bothered. Well, I got to fight. Listen. You see this crown on my head? I know it look good on my head, don't it?
You do.
You ain't got to tell me that. You ain't got to tell me that. Walk through life with that and exude that same positivity. I promise you. I promise you, it'll fade. It has faded for me. There was a time in my life when I would not walk out the door because I was afraid of what people would say about what I was wearing, about what I was saying, about how I was walking, about how I was talking. There used to be a time when I was a slave to my family. I walked away. My mama wanted me to walk for years because my mama wanted me to go to church. I went to church. I didn't want to go to church sometimes. My mother would call me and be like, Shamel, I'm on my way to pick you up. You better be dressed. We going to church. Let's go. Not no more. Not no more, because at that time when she did, I cared about what she thought. Yes, she's my mother and I love her, but I don't care what she thinks. I don't care what the next person thinks about me. I don't. Say what you want. Feel how you want to feel. I don't care. It does not bother me. As long as you come over here and put your hands on me, we ain't got no problem. I'm dead, Joseph. I don't care. I don't care what nobody thinks of me. I don't.
It's about time.
I don't. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. In life, stop caring. Stop caring. Don't stop caring that you're a human being. Don't stop caring that you make mistakes. Don't stop caring that people may not like the earrings you got in your ear. People may not like the crown that you got on your head. People may not like the glasses that you picked out at America's Best. People may not like it. But why do you care? Why is it so important for you? Why do you care? It's, you know what it is? People want to be accepted. Stop wanting to be accepted by other people and start wanting to be accepted by yourself. Start accepting yourself.
Because you're enough.
When you can accept yourself, Joseph, there ain't nothing in this world that can bother you. I accept me. I accept me. I am 100%. And if I ain't 100%, when I decide that I want to be 100%, I'm going to be 100%. If I don't look good, I'm going to decide when I start looking good. If I look good, it requires me to go and get my makeup bag and get me some makeup, I'm going to put my makeup on right.
Mm-hmm.
If me feeling good about myself means that I have to go out and buy a new wardrobe, I'm going to go and buy me a new wardrobe. And it's not for you. It's for me. It's for me. 20 years ago, listen, I had surgery on my arm. Y'all see this? Let me show y'all. This is where I had surgery on my arm. Right? Now, Joseph told me, he said, Tramel, he said, it's going to get bigger. He said, you're going to look at Joseph's arm. Well, he said, your arm going to be like this. This is what my arm is going to be like.
Because they stick me in the bottom, take out the blood, and then they stick me in the top.
Right.
But if you notice right here, it's really big and swollen because the more they stick you, the more the vein gets.
He said the
bigger
vein
and
is going to
bigger.
get bigger.
And if you look at his bicep, the vein is already starting to get bigger.
Yeah.
He ain't playing with his little stress ball like he need to.
I have been, Joseph.
I haven't seen you.
I know you don't see because you always sleep.
Okay.
Anyway, but I said all that to say to you this, guys, if somebody got a problem with this scar that's on my arm, they just got a problem with it. I ain't apologizing for it. I can't apologize for it.
Hey, Woody,
this is my health. I ain't apologizing to you. What I owe you an apology for? Why do I have to hide this? So you don't have to. So you don't ridicule me or tease. I ain't got to.
This is the most. It's
I ain't got to.
It's under a t-shirt. Sometimes people ask me, "What's that?" Most people.
I've
a
seen
lot of
people,
know
Joseph.
what it is. It kind of. I don't mind the question of what's that, but sometimes I just don't want to hear it. So being that but I don't pull my bandages off until the next day because I don't want it to accidentally like move something and bleed when I pull up the bandage.
Have you ever seen somebody with keloids before?
Yeah.
I've seen people walk. I've seen people with keloids and they have them on their ear. They have them all over their cheeks. There's a lot of men I see up here in New Jersey. Or they'll have them on the back of their neck or something like that. And they don't let nobody. They don't let nothing bother them.
Good night, Terry. Thanks for coming through.
Yes, good night, Terry. They don't allow that. They don't allow that narrative or the fact that they have these big keloids on their face. They don't allow that to stop them from living their life because they know that life goes on. Life goes on, people. It does. It goes on. But that's really, I wanted to inspire you guys. I wanted to show you guys that there's a big difference in being nice in this world and being good versus being sinister or callous or mean. You can always go the other way. With that being said, guys, we're done for the night. If you could walk away from this conversation learning something, I would like for you to learn that, life is beautiful. Not life can be beautiful. Life is really a beautiful thing when you make it a beautiful thing. Love yourself. Love yourself. That's the most important thing. Nothing else matters. Stop caring about what people say. You got any last words, Joseph?
I mean, Tremel always says I'm mean, so you're always going to get the total opposite.
I say that in jest.
You're going to get the total opposite message from both of us.
I say, no, let me be clear.
Be peaceful and look for butterflies and rainbows. I'm going to tell you, bust the bitches' windows out and go about your business and live your life and be happy. That's just because who I am. Because things in my life showed me that when I was too nice, people took my niceness and used it as weakness. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm just being mean or callous or just saying those things because, I'm mean. I'm not mean. It's just that situations and things in my life showed me that being nice to people didn't work. It was when I was bam in their face. And when I say bam, I don't mean hit them. But when I was just bam in their face with saying what I felt and doing what I wanted to do, because I never tried to please people. Like you hear Tremel say, like he tried to make everybody happy and he cared what people think. I didn't give a fuck. If I didn't want to do it, no, I'm not doing it. My mother was the first one on board to tell you, if it ain't something in it for him, he ain't doing it. So she was the first one to tell you, Joe ain't doing that. What do you mean he's not going to do that? Because it ain't nothing in it for him. If it ain't something in it for him, he ain't doing it. So my mother knew who I was very well. So, I just say stay true to who you are. Both our messages is the same, just delivered in a different way. I agree with him as far as if you are a nice person, can continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You may get frustrated when it ain't working out for you the way you want it to work out, but stick to your guns. It'll eventually get to where you want it to be. And if you're a person like me that speak your mind, you already know. Ain't nobody fucking with you because they don't know what the next thing that's gonna come out your mouth. So they leave you alone. And I like it like that. But my husband, I love him to death. He wants me to be more social. And I was. This weekend, I was smiling at people. They was like, oh, thank you. Shut up. Y'all should have saw me. I came home looking like the Joker. Smiling so damn much. Came home looking like the Joker. But it didn't bother me because, you know, I got to work on my RBF.
Yeah,
I got to work on my RBF because when I do start going out and meeting you guys, I don't want you to be scared and think, oh my God, Joseph is going to punch me if I walk up to him and say hello. Because I'm not that way at all. At all. Now, the man that cut me off yesterday, if you happen to be watching this video, oh, you are so lucky that I went in a different direction.
Oh, yeah, you got touched by Angel.
Because I was going to bust your windows out.
You got touched by Angel.
You got touched by Angel.
We'll tell y'all that story on story time. Listen, guys, before we go, I just want to make a few quick announcements, of course. You guys stay tuned. Please stay tuned. Don't unsubscribe to our channel. Don't not join our channel. The best is yet to come. The very best of the TheMcRaeKingz is yet to come.
It's coming in like 2 weeks.
It's coming in about 2 weeks in season 5. So, guys, let me tell you, season 5, we are going to be on fire. When I tell you we're going to be on fire, it's going to be a super fire. So we're actually in production of doing, of working on season 5. You're going to see a lot of pre-recorded shows from us, because our lives are so busy, have become so busy. We may or may not be able to go live as much as we do now. So you will not get a live show every single day. Some days you will get a pre-recorded show of some sort, such as a cooking segment, or a segment period. We have several different shows that we're working on, such as the King's Council,
and one thing,
Cooking with the McRae's, and we have so many different shows that we're preparing for you. And
another thing that you're going to see this season is a lot of members only content, because we have to do something for the member.
Yes, you have.
So we're going to have a lot of members.
If you want to get some great content, you're going to have to join our channel. You're going to have to be a member. Now, I don't know if the prices have changed.
Yeah,
did they finally change?
Yes.
The prices have changed on our membership. So if you join our membership, you're going to get something for your money. You're going to get something for your money. So consider joining the TheMcRaeKingz channel and being a part of the TheMcRaeKingz brand. Okay. Also, we're in the process. We're trying to raise money. I'm trying to raise money, guys. And here's the reason why. I'm trying to raise $1,000. And here's the reason why. The $1,000 I'm trying to raise is because Joseph and I, we have a big opportunity to do something big to get our name and our brand out there. And that opportunity is for us to have our own video and photograph in Times Square. We'll have our own digital billboard. Have you ever seen, anybody out there ever seen Times Square? If you don't know nothing about Times Square is like the center of the world. It's like the center of the world. And so Joseph and I are trying to get a billboard in Times Square. And the cost is $1,000. So we're trying to raise that money. Now, I know, guys, that we've asked you for money all the time. We do. We ask you for money all the time. And trust me when I tell you, like I said, any monies that you give us, it goes back into our platform and it helps us grow.
So, Willie, you know what it looks like in Times Square. If you
yes. So, with that being said, guys, whatever you can donate, whether it be $20, whether it be $10, whatever it may be, donate it to us. I'm thinking about setting up a GoFundMe account for this, Joseph, but I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to do that. But if I should happen to do that, we will put a link for that in the description of all of our videos. But we really would love to have a billboard in Times Square, because Times Square is like the center of the world. Everybody travels to New York. Everybody travels to New York. And Times Square is a landmark.
Take that comment down.
What? Oh.
You can actually do it right in our Cash App, because anything you guys send in the Cash App, we use it for our platform. So we just put in the subject line billboard or Times Square, and we'll know what that is for. I need you to move it so they can see the Cash App.
Oh, I am going to move it. I just wanted to, acknowledge her.
You can send it right there.
Her comment. Girl, you want this hat? Child, I am the hat man, child.
No, I think he was talking about the crown. Because you didn't have on the hat. I think he was talking about the crown. You can send it right to the Cash App, like I said, and just put in the subject line, billboard.
I love showing off my hat.
Because when we do something like this, we tell everybody just put billboard so we know, and we won't go ahead and use it to get lighting and green screens and soundboards and stuff like that. Why did you have to say you liked his hat? Erica says she liked the red one. You know he's trying to get me to wear a hat, right? He done sat here and tried on every hat for y'all.
I be getting my Beyonce on, honey. I be getting my Beyonce on. I love hats. I love hats.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you so much, Weedy Hutton. If you want to know where I got my hats from, I got them at a very.
I think they were talking about the crown.
No, she was talking about the crown.
Hat, but I think
Weedy Hutton she was talking about my crown. If you want to know where we got our crowns from,
right?
Let us know. Let us know. Just send us an email. We're more than happy to share that information with you.
We actually met the man that owns the company.
Yeah, we were at the
Sunday.
we were at the Pride event.
And he saw us coming, and he was like, "Oh my God, y'all have on my hats, my crowns." And he was like, "Huh?" He said, "I'm the one you brought the crowns from. I'm manufacturing those crowns."
Yeah.
He was like, "You know, I gotta get a picture."
Okay, we see tomorrow to that story. But anyway,
I didn't know we was going live.
Here we are. Yeah, we did meet the man that manufactures yesterday. It was just a coincidence. He just so happened to be at the event. So we met the man that actually manufactures these hats and makes them. And he was so excited, and he thought that we looked so great that not only did he take a picture of us, he also invited us and asked us, he wants us to endorse these. So the TheMcRaeKingz may get an endorsement deal out of the whole thing, out of just wearing these crowns. Yeah, and it could be lucrative for us. It could be.
He wants us to come do a photo shoot.
Yeah, he wants us to do a photo shoot. He wants us to do some interviews, things like that. And so, it could be lucrative for us. So, you never know. You never know. But yeah, that's all we have for you guys tonight. You guys, of course, to watch us on all social media platforms. You know what those are.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course right here on YouTube. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. If you got a card and you're watching, hit that like and subscribe button, because we passed out almost 1,000 business cards. So where you at, people? Where you at?
They'll be here.
And if you want to become part of the McCraeKingz Kingdom, hit that link to join and become a lord or a lady or a knight at our round table, because by July 1st, the membership will have its privileges. And also, make sure you check out the McCraeKingz Boutique for all things McCraeKingz and Dare to Be Different, because why would you want to be the same? And when we go back to having coffee with the Kings, you can have coffee with us as well, with our face on the mug. And Also, if nobody told you they love you today, know that Tramel and I love you, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. If you want to support the TheMcRaeKingz, the Cash App is right there in the bottom left-hand corner. Please feel free to Cash App us. If it's for the billboard, in the subject line, put billboard. If you don't put billboard, we're going to use it for our platform to improve it and keep it going for you guys. Like we said, in the new season, we're going to be doing things. We're going to be doing mukbangs. We're going to be going places and traveling. So all of that helps us do these things for you guys. And on that note, you know how we end every show. And if you don't, then that means you haven't been watching us very long. But once you hear it, you'll always know it. Erica, I will sing your song for you since I found out we're going live tomorrow.
Oh, Lord.
I will sing your song for you tomorrow because I had dialysis today and I ain't in the mood to sing it. No shade. I just ain't in the mood, but I will sing your song for you tomorrow. I promise. Because, you know, as soon as I see you.
The people want the song.
As soon as
The people want the song.
I
want the
know
song.
Erica wants the song.
The people want the song. The people want the song.
All right, for Erica, I'll do it. I need to, let's do me, give me an upbeat. Come on up in the Lord's house.
Hey.
He shall condela. Oh, come on up the Lord's house. He shall condela. Come on up in the Lord's house. He shall condela. Robo shanda, ibo shai condela. Oh yeah.
Yikandala. Yikandala.
Robo
Shanda. Yikandala.
Robo shanda ikandala, robo shanda ikandala, robo shanda ikandala. Come on up in the Lord's house. He shall condela.
Robo. 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 Let's end it. Robo.
Robo shanda ikanda mosi. You supposed to say ate moose.
Yeah.
Woo!
Anyway, y'all, we getting out of here.
Y'all, walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember,
It's Team
all damn day. Later, y'all.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.